Stop asking everyone else. Pause for a moment. Before you make your next decision, before you say yes when your spirit hesitates, before you silence the quiet nudge inside you, ask yourself, when did you stop trusting your own voice? Not the loud opinions around you, not the expectations placed upon you, but the calm knowing within you. Because somewhere along the way, you learned that survival meant adaptation. And adaptation often meant disconnecting from yourself. You don't struggle with decisions because you are incapable. You struggle because you've been taught that someone else knows better. And now that you're growing, you're being invited to realign with the authority that was always within you. Here at Dream Life Diaries, we don't just talk about becoming better. We talk about what happens after the awakening, after the realization, after the moment you say, I don't want to live like this anymore. Because healing is not just about release. It is about reconstruction, and reconstruction includes something many people overlook: relearning how to trust yourself. Growth is often romanticized, but in reality, growth dismantles familiarity. It removes the old scripts. Be agreeable. Don't upset anyone. Stay small to stay safe. When those scripts dissolve, you are left with something unfamiliar: choice. And choice feels heavy when you've been conditioned to comply. So self-doubt emerges, not because you are lost, but because you are no longer operating from autopilot. You are learning to live consciously. There comes a moment when advice feels noisy, approval feels irrelevant, external validation feels insufficient, and yet you don't fully trust your inner voice. This creates disorientation. You stand between who you were taught to be and who you're learning to become. That space feels unstable, but instability is not failure. It is the bridge between dependence and discernment. Trusting yourself means owning your direction, and ownership feels risky. Because once you lead your life, you can no longer hide behind consensus. You can no longer say, they told me to, it seemed right to everyone else. Self-trust removes the shield of approval, and that can feel terrifying. But what you lose in permission, you gain in integrity. Let me say this gently. God does not guide you so you remain dependent on the crowd. He cultivates discernment within you. He refines your ability to recognize peace over pressure, alignment over applause. Learning to trust yourself is not abandoning faith. It is honoring the wisdom He placed within you. You are not replacing divine guidance. You are learning to cooperate with it. Self-trust grows in small moments. Choosing rest without justification. Declining invitations without guilt. Pausing before reacting. Honoring discomfort as information. Every time your actions reflect your awareness, trust deepens. Not because outcomes are perfect, but because your response is aligned. Your inner voice did not disappear. It was simply drowned out. by urgency, by fear, by expectation. Now, you are creating space. And in that space, clarity whispers again. It may not shout, but it will guide steadily. Confidence is often misunderstood. It is not loud certainty. It is quiet congruence. It is the calm knowing that, even if this choice is difficult, it is mine. And self-trust transforms decisions from obligations into expressions of identity. As trust returns, you move slower, speak less impulsively, commit more intentionally. You stop seeking permission. You begin honoring direction, and the life you build starts reflecting who you are becoming, not who you were conditioned to be. If this message speaks to your season, like this video so it reaches someone learning to hear themselves again. Subscribe to Dream Life Diaries if you are ready for encouragement that strengthens your inner authority. And comment below, I trust my voice. Not because it's loud, but because it's returning. Self-trust is not about control. It is about alignment. You are not becoming someone new. You are remembering who leads your life. And that shift from external approval to internal clarity is how gentle rebuilding becomes unshakable self-leadership.